Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to find a vector which is coplanar with A vector and B vector. Here they have given three vectors and they are asking about to find a vector which is coplanar with A vector and B vector. So before doing this question, we need to know what it means by coplanar. The coplanar simply means any vectors or the vectors, a group of vectors or vector lines lying in the same plane is known as coplanar. So the thing is coplanar plane, or that means the vector lines should be in the same plane. So here they have given two vectors and they are asking to find about the coplanar vector, another coplanar vector, which means the vector lying on the same plane which A and B lies. So we need to find the vector which is lying in the same plane where A and B vector are lying. So here we need to find that, but they have given another vector point to C vector 0, 1, 2. So before doing these works, I have already done many other questions related to vectors. If you like to watch those, I have given a link in the description so you can always watch there. So here, before moving this, if you are new to this expert tutor, if you like to watch any other videos, please subscribe to this channel so you will get daily notifications. Okay, let's go to the question. If you like to do it in your own, please pause the video. After that, try it in your own. Once you finish, check your answer with the rest of the video. Okay, let's move to the answer. The thing over here is you need to imagine what's happening over here because it's a little bit difficult to think or to draw in a paper as it's a 3D question. So when we are trying to do this question, first of all, we normally in my previous video I have recommended to draw a sketch. Here also I'm going to do the same, but with that you need to check or you need to think, imagine what's going to happen over here. So here the point they have given the A vector, which simply means this is a direction vector 311. As I have already mentioned in my previous videos, you can tell this is a direction vector. From this we can directly tell this vector will be directed from O to the point A. The A's coordinate would be 311 and the O's coordinate would be 000. From that the A vector, which is OA, will be 311. Likewise, if I consider this B vector, we can directly tell there would be a O point, a center point 000, and there's a point called B. Let's say that's a capital B. The capital B's point's coordinate will be 2 minus 1 1. If I draw to OB, the direction vector of OB would be 2 minus 1 1. So from here you can actually imagine these all vectors are coming from O, origin. So I'm going to mark an origin over here. So for my ease of access, I'm going to draw a plane like this. Our question is we need to find the coplanar vector for this A vector and B vector. So let's imagine these both vectors are in the same plane. Here I'm going to mark it as A vector, and in this side I'm going to mark it as B vector. Try to imagine like this. Some might have some doubts about why am I going to draw this, whether these two are in the both plane. Let's say if there is a vector called OC in this direction, if you consider this AC, there will be another plane. So in this question, they have asked about this AB plane. So I'm going to consider this plane where A and B are having the both planes. If you consider another vector and if you consider B and C, there will be another plane in this direction like this. So this is all about this A and B vectors plane. So it's going to be like this. I'm going to draw like this because you can easily imagine that. So the next thing is we don't know where the C vector. So it's not a problem over here, but we can directly tell it should also going from this point, but we don't know whether it's in the same plane. Most probably it won't be in the same plane. It's going another way, outer or inside. So over here, the next thing we should do is we need to find the cross product of A cross B. Why is that? The reason behind this is if you do the cross product for A, B vectors, you will be getting the direction vector. Let's say I'm going to do the cross product 3, 1, 1 into 2 minus 1, 1. And if you do the if you simplify this, you will be getting an answer. And the direction of this A cross B vector would be in the perpendicular for this plane. That's the main point over here. If you do a cross product with these two things, these two lines, these two vectors, you will be getting a normal plane to this plane, normal line or normal vector to this plane. That's the main thing. As you all know, if you do a cross product between two vectors, you will be getting a normal to this normal vector to this vector to this plane. So here we are getting a vector like this. So the next thing is we need to find the vector from the coplanar vector for A and B. So how to use this to arrive in that answer? So here now we have found what would be this direction. If we simplify this, we'll be getting this and the direction. It's going to be in this side, and the vector we can get by simplifying this. So now let's say I already knew this one. If you simplified it, you will be getting this. So I'm going to mark that M vector. Let's say M vector. So how to use this C vector to find the final coplanar vector with A and B? For here, let's imagine the C vector is on inside or outside this plane. So I'm going to consider like this one. Let's say it's in this side. In this side. Actually, we don't know where's the C vector, so I'm going to draw randomly. Either you can draw in the upside direction or you can draw inside this paper. It would be difficult to see. But thing over here is A and B in the same plane. M vector is in the upward direction towards you, and this one is in the another direction above the plane. So the thing over here is if you take cross product for this M point and C point, what will happen? If you take the cross product with M and C, what will happen? What would be the result of that? If you take that cross product between M and the C vector, the direction vector would be perpendicular to this MC plane. So let's say if in this direction, and there would be a plane for M and C vector, the perpendicular would be, we need to draw the perpendicular from this point. As M and C are starting from this point, we can directly tell it would lie in this same plane. It would be a little bit difficult to imagine. If you think little bit hard, you can easily figure it out. As the M vector is normal to this plane, like this, I think I can show like this. So think like this. This is the A and B plane, and there is there's a M vector which looks towards you, points towards you, and there's a C vector. We don't know what's the direction of this. It can be in this direction or this direction, but outside the plane. So let's say this is right. So if I drew, so it would be easy if I use a pen over here. So let's say this is M vector, this is C vector. If I draw a perpendicular, or if I use a normal vector cross product, it will be getting a perpendicular line. It will lie on this plane. Let's say this would be the plane of these two, and the normal vector to this plane would be in this direction, but we can directly tell it will lie on this plane, as this would be 90 degrees. If you think like this is a plane, this is a plane, let's say this is a plane, and the 90 degrees would be on this side, and remember, we are taking from the O point over here. These two vectors are starting from the O point. We can directly tell it will lie on the same AB plane. So it would be a little bit difficult to imagine its speed, but however, if you take your own time, it would be easy for you. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, please comment it below.